used to bolt the window when the clouds turn gray. I pile up the furniture to keep the ghosts away. The first time was a landslide, the second was a flood. I used to feel the panic thumping loudly in my blood. But the hinges started rusting and the wood began to swell. I got tired of the guarding of this empty hollow shell. I don't jump at the shadows on the wall, I don't reach for the phone to make the call. I've stopped checking the people for a sign. I'm just killing time, 'cause heartbreak doesn't knock anymore. It doesn't stand there waiting at the door. It's got a key to the house, it's got a seat at the table. It's the only thing about me that's steady and stable. No more shatter, no more crash, no more falling on the floor. Heartbreak doesn't knock anymore, it just lives here. Saw you pack your sweaters in a box beside the bed. I heard every bitter word before you even said them. There was a time that silence would have cut me like a knife. I'd have begged you for the mercy of a little bit of life. But I just watched the taillights fade to red out in the drive, and I didn't feel a sting, I barely felt alive. I didn't cry when the closet hit the floor, I didn't try to stop you at the door. I memorized the rhythm of the rain, I'm on a first name basis with the pain. Yeah, heartbreak doesn't knock anymore. It doesn't stand there waiting at the door. It's got a key to the house, it's got a seat at the table. It's the only thing about me that's steady and stable. No more shatter, no more crash, no more falling on the floor. Heartbreak doesn't knock anymore. They say that you get stronger, but I think I'm just thin, like a window pane that's given up on holding back the wind. It's not a sudden visitor, it's not a tragic guest, it's just the heavy oxygen that's sitting in my chest. It doesn't stand there waiting at the door. It's got a key to the house, it's got a seat at the table. It's the only thing about me that's steady and stable. No more shatter, no more crash, no more dying on the floor. Heartbreak doesn't knock anymore, it just walks right in, pulls the curtains, turns out the light. Yeah, it's been here all night. It doesn't knock, it doesn't knock, it just lives here now. The apartment's got that hollow ring, since you took your clothes and your favorite things. But you left the silence sitting in my chair, and the ghost of your cologne still hanging in the air. I watched you check your watch 10 times an hour, like staying one more minute was losing all your power. You were counting down the seconds till the lights turned green. I was counting on a forever that I never seen. We split the records and the wedding gifts, we drew the line and let the spirit drift. It's a clean break, oh that's what you said, but there's a heavy kind of haunting in this bed. I kept the love, you kept the exit. I held the flame, you held always had one foot across the line, just waiting for the moment to reclaim your time. You didn't stumble, no, you didn't even trip. You just loosened up your fingers and you let us slip. Now you're miles down the highway in the open air, while I'm still memorizing why I used to care. We split the photos and the memories, but you took the part that sets a person free. I kept the love, you kept the exit. I held the flame, you held the key. I was building walls to keep us safe and sound. You were looking for a way to not be found. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of a life we planned, with a heart too heavy for a single hand. Yeah, it's a lopsided trade and I finally get it. I kept the love, you kept the exit. They say that moving on is the hardest part to do, but you made it look so easy, like it was nothing new. Is it lonely in the hallway? Is it quiet on the run? Does the light feel brighter now that we are done? Or are you just a shadow in a different room, waiting for another door to open soon? Keep us safe and sound. You were looking for a way to not be found. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of a life we planned, with a heart too heavy for a single hand. Yeah, it's a lopsided trade and I finally get it. I kept the love, you kept the exit. You kept the door wide open, you kept the engine running. I kept the I love yous, I kept the still coming. Now you're gone, and I'm just holding on. I kept the love, you kept the exit. We drew in the back of your car, the one where we circled the places we'd go, however far. The ink is faded, but I still see the lines. A master plan for a life we were supposed to find. We had the porch swing picked out in a shade of spade dew, and I had a version of me that only existed with you. It wasn't a matter of if, it was only when. But what never happened, and I'm back at the start again. We were leaning over the edge of a beautiful life, ready to jump, ready to brave the dark of the night. We had the keys in our hands, we were turning the lock, but the heartbeat skipped, and we couldn't restart the clock. We were almost forever, a breath away from the goal, a story for the ages that'll never be told. We were it always, the written in the stars. grocery store on a Tuesday. She asked how I'm doing, but she looks the other way, because she saw the dress I've tucked away in the back. Now it's just a ghost in a garment bag, fading to black. We were a house built on solid ground, a solid fire, but we run out of time for the battles we never fought. It wasn't a pain, it wasn't a bridge left to burn, just a page in a book that we forgot to turn. We were leaning over the edge of the beautiful love, ready to jump, ready to brave the dark of the night. We had the keys in our hands, we were turning the lock, but the heartbeat skipped, and we couldn't restart the clock. We were almost forever, a breath away from the dawn, a story for the ages that'll never be told. We were the always, the written in the stars, but we crashed the ship just as we were reaching for Mars. A beautiful chandelier, and neon missing diamonds. God, we were so close, we were almost forever. This very universe that we made it past the almost, but I'm not waking up alone, dancing with your ghost. Till we give up too soon, till we chip on the line. Was forever just a word we were meant to define? This one nearly that kills me, that just about ache, the weight of the promises we didn't get to break. Tragedy, nearness endeavor. God, we were so close. Yeah, we were so almost a lifetime, almost a home, almost a person I'd never leave alone. You were a heartbeat away, just a heartbeat away, but almost is a long way to fall. We were almost forever. And that's the hardest part of all. chair beside the window, the one where you'd sit and watch the rain. I still buy the brand of coffee that you liked, even though the taste just brings the pain. The dust is settling on the metal, like a secret that the hallway wants to keep. I walk soft across the hardwood, while the rest of the neighborhood's asleep. They say that time is supposed to dim the light, turn the memories into black and white. But the silence here is getting way too loud, and I'm looking for your face inside a cloud. But I still hear you in empty rooms, like a radio left on in another tune. A ghost of a whisper, a shadow of a laugh, tearing my quiet heart right in half. I turn my head thinking you're standing there, but it's just the stirring of the cold night air. No matter how much space I try to lose, I still hear you in empty rooms. The kitchen's got a way of playing tricks. I hear the clink of a spoon against the glass. I hear your boots clicking on the linoleum, waiting for the heavy ghost to pass. I find myself answering questions that nobody even asked me today. Just a habit of a heart that's still convinced that you never really went away. They say the silence is a golden thing, but to me it's just a bell that won't stop ringing. Yeah, the walls are thin and the ceilings are high, and I'm still waiting for a last goodbye. 'Cause I still hear you in empty rooms, like a radio left on in another tune. A ghost of a whisper, a shadow of a laugh, tearing my quiet heart right in half. I turn my head thinking you're standing there, but it's just the stirring of the cold night air. No matter how much space I try to lose, I still hear you. Is it a haunting or a holy kind of grace to find the sound of you in a hollow space? I'm screaming at the walls to just be still, but if they ever did, I don't know if I ever will be okay with the quiet. Yeah, I still hear you in empty rooms, like a radio left on in another tune. A ghost of a whisper, a shadow of a laugh, tearing my quiet heart right in half. I turn my head thinking you're standing there, but it's just the stirring of the cold night air. No matter how much space I try to lose, I still hear you in the hallway, in the kitchen, in the middle of the night. The house is full of sounds, but you're nowhere in sight. I still hear you in the empty rooms. The porch light was flickering, a rhythm out of time. I was reading your expression, trying to find a rhyme for the way you held your coffee, for the way you avoided my eyes. The air was getting heavy with the weight of unspoken goodbyes. We were sitting on the sofa, just inches apart, but I felt a sudden winter settle deep inside my heart. You didn't say a word, you didn't have to speak. I felt the foundation crumble, I felt the structure get weak. I was still reaching, I was still there, brushing the invisible dust from your hair. But your soul had already stepped out of the room, leaving me here in the gathering gloom. It wasn't a bang and it wasn't a crash, it was a slow burning fire turning to ash. It wasn't a fire where we screamed till we cried. It was the quiet where you let us die inside. I was still your always, I was still your weak. Yeah, that was the night you stopped choosing me. Your phone buzzed on the table, you didn't even look. You stared at the wall like it was an open book. I asked you what you were thinking, you said nothing at all. But nothing is a giant, and nothing is a wall. I realized then that I was fighting for two, while you were just waiting for the clock to be through. You used to pick me out of a crowded space, now I'm just a ghost with a familiar face. I was still hopeful, I was still us, but you were already turning to dust. A decision was made in the set of your jaw, and I'm the only witness to the breaking of the law. It wasn't a bang and it wasn't a crash, it was a slow burning fire turning to ash. It wasn't a fight where we screamed till we cried. It was the quiet where you let us die inside. I was still your always, I was still your weak. But that was the night you stopped choosing me. Love is a verb, it's a choice that you make. Every morning you wake for as long as it takes, but you let the garden go thirsty and dry. You didn't even bother to give it a try. You didn't walk out, you didn't even move, but I felt the needle slip out of the groove. No, it wasn't a bang and it wasn't a crash, just the cooling of embers, the gray of the ash. It wasn't a war where we both took a side. It was the day that you gave up the pride. I was still your always, I was still your weak. But that was the night you stopped choosing me. The moon was still hanging, the clock said 2:03. That was the night you stopped choosing me. You're still in the house, but you're over the sea. That was the night you stopped choosing me.
I'm still ordering a coffee for two, then drinking both till they're cold. I'm still wearing that oversized hoodie, the one that's starting to smell less like you and more like the dust on the shelf. I heard you traded the rain for the desert, change your hair and your phone number too. You're out there chasing the horizon while I'm just staring at the rear view. The seasons are shifting, the leaves hitting red, but I'm still replaying the last things you said. The world is spinning out at 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm just a ghost in a high-rise tower. 'Cause you moved on and I moved nowhere. You found a new life and I'm still sitting there in the passenger seat of a car that won't start, with a map of a city that's breaking my heart. You're 1,000 miles ahead of the pain, while I'm still counting the drops of the rain. Yeah, you moved on, you're breathing new air, and I moved nowhere. No, I moved nowhere. I saw a picture, it wasn't on purpose. You're laughing in a light I don't know, with a girl who looks like she never stays up, wondering why you decided to go. I tried to go out, I put on the dress, the one that you liked, I must confess. But the bar felt like a cage and the music was loud. I was looking for your face in every single crowd. The calendar's turning, the ink's getting dry, but I'm still stuck on a permanent goodbye. The world is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm just the wilted remains of a flower. 'Cause you moved on and I moved nowhere. You found a new life and I'm still sitting there in the passenger seat of a car that won't start, with a map of a city that's breaking my heart. You're 1,000 miles ahead of the pain, while I'm still counting the drops of the rain. Yeah, you moved on, you're breathing new air, and I moved nowhere. Nowhere is a town with a population of one. It's a 3 a.m. shadow when you're looking for the sun. It's a treadmill heart running in place, trying to find an exit from the memory of your face. You're a jet stream, I'm the static. You're the cure and I'm the habit. Yeah, you moved on and I moved nowhere. You found a new life and I'm still sitting there in the passenger seat of a car that won't start, with a map of a city that's breaking my heart. You're 1,000 miles ahead of the pain, while I'm still counting the drops of the rain. Yeah, you moved on, you're already there, and I moved nowhere. Still in this kitchen, still in this town, still waiting for the sky to stop falling down. And nowhere, just nowhere.
I kept a portrait of you in a golden frame, but the man in the picture didn't have your name. I took your silence and called it depth. I took your distance and called it strength. I was an architect of a beautiful life, building a skyscraper up to the sky. Use them every maybe, and someday you said to weave a halo around your head. It's a strange kind of grief, a hollow goodbye to mourn someone who was never alive. I'm not losing you, I'm losing the dream, and things are finally as quiet as they seem. I'm healing from the version of you I imagine, the one who was kind, the one who stayed. I'm letting go of the hero in the story I fashioned, the one who promised he'd never fade. You want the person I'm crying for tonight. He was just a shadow in a certain light. It's a long way down from the pedestal I designed. I'm healing from the version of you I imagined. I used to apologize for things you did wrong, because the you in my head wouldn't take that long to say he was sorry, to hold me close. But you were a stranger, a cold-hearted ghost. I painted over the cracks and the rust. I saw a diamond where there was only dust. I didn't love you, I loved my potential, and realizing that is consequential. and I'm finally fine.
There's a box of tiles sitting in the hallway. For the kitchen floor we said we'd fix in June. I still got that bottle that we bought in Tuscany, waiting for a special enough afternoon. Your thumbprint's still the lock on my old phone, and I'm still sleeping on my side of the bed. It's like the air in here is waiting for a sound to finish every sentence that we left unsaid. Usually things wither or they burn out slow. Usually you see the ending coming down the road, but we were mid-sentence, we were mid-flight when somebody went and killed the light. We ended before we were done, like a marathon stopped at mile 21, like a movie that cuts just before the I love you, like a sky that's still holding a shade of the blue. We had miles of road, we had years in the sun. Yeah, we ended before we were done. I saw your sister at the grocery store on Tuesday. She looked at me like I was some kind of ghost. I wanted to ask if you ever finished that book, the one with the bookmark at the part I like most. We had a trip to the coast, planned for the fall. I haven't had the heart to cancel the room now. I'm just a guy with a suitcase and a map, walking through a garden that forgot how to bloom. Usually the fire dies and leaves a little ash. Usually you have the time to brace for the crash, but we were mid-laughter, we were mid-stride when the earth just opened up wide. We ended before we were done, like a marathon stopped at mile 21, like a movie that cuts just before the I love you, like a sky that's still holding a shade of the blue. We had miles of road, we had years in the sun. Yeah, we ended before we were done. It's the almost that kill me. Some days they won't ever come. I'm still holding the rhythm, but you stop beating the drum. How do I close a book that isn't over? How do I find the peace in the could have been? I'm staring at a door that's locked forever, with both of us still standing on the inside. Yeah, we ended before we were done, like a marathon stopped at mile 21, like a movie that cuts just before the I love you, like a sky that's still holding on to the blue. We had miles of road, we had years in the sun. Yeah, we ended, I'm still waiting for the rest of it, the part where we grow old and talk about the best of it, but the credits are rolling and I'm the only one who knows we ended before we were done. Yeah, we weren't done. No, left the porch light burning for a month or two. Just a habit I couldn't seem to break for you. But the bulb flickered out and the darkness moved in, and that's when the silence really began. I used to think a word was just a breath in the air, something you say when you're going somewhere. But this one didn't leave. When you closed the gate, it decided to stay, it decided to wait. It didn't just happen, it took its sweet time, tracing the borders of this life of mine. Now it's more than a memory, more than a ghost. It's the thing in this house that knows me the most. 'Cause your goodbye learned my name. It knows where I hide, it knows how I break. It moved in the shadows and took up the space where I used to feel the heat of your face. It follows me down to the corner bar. It sits in the passenger seat of my car. I'm a stranger to joy, but we're one and the same. Yeah, your goodbye learned my name. It knows that I'm weakest around 3 a.m. when I reach for my phone, then I put it down again. It's memorized the way that I take my coffee black, in the way that I listen for your tires on the track. It's not just a season, it's a permanent chill. It's found every crack in my fading will. It's got its boots on the table and its feet on the floor. It don't even bother to knock at the door. It didn't just happen, it took its sweet time, tracing the borders of this life of mine. Now it's more than a memory, more than a ghost. It's the thing in this house that knows me the most. 'Cause your goodbye learned my name. It knows where I hide, it knows how I break. It moved in the shadows and took up space where I used to feel the heat of your face. It follows me down to the corner bar. It sits in the passenger seat of my car. I'm a stranger to joy, but we're one and the same. Yeah, your goodbye learned my name. I try to introduce myself to somebody new, but it whispers remember and I'm back to you. It's a master of rhythm, it's a thief of the light. It's the only thing talking to me tonight. Oh, yeah, your goodbye learned my name. It knows where I hide, it knows how I break. It moved in the shadows and took up the space where I used to feel the heat of your face. It follows me down to the corner bar. It sits in the passenger seat of my car. I'm a stranger to joy, but we're one and the same. Yeah, your goodbye learned my name. It's calling me out, it's calling me home. It knows who I am when I'm all alone. Your goodbye, yeah, it knows my name.
I kept the windows open just to catch the wind, in case it carried any word of where you'd been. I was a ride in the hallway, a fire in the dark. I tried to light a signal fire from every little spark. I bought the tickets, I made the plans. I held the world inside the palms of my shaking hands. But the house is so quiet, I can hear the dust fall, and your shadow is the only thing left on the wall. I thought if I was bold enough, you'd never wanna leave. I put every single heartbeat on the ending of my sleeve. I spoke in thunder, I gave you the sky, but you didn't even offer me a whisper goodbye. Oh, I loved you louder than you stayed. I was a symphony and you were just afraid of the way the floorboards shook when I said your name. I was the gasoline, you were dust. Now all that beautiful noise is turning to rust. I was a hurricane, you were a breeze. I was a prayer and you were just a tear. And you were just afraid of the way the floorboard shook when I said your name. I was the gasoline, you were a dying flame. I turned the volume up until the speakers started to break. I gave you more than any human I should have to take. Yeah, I was a stadium, a neon parade, but I loved you louder, I loved you louder than you say. The echo's still hidden the canyon walls, but there's nobody here when the evening falls. I'm still ringing from the noise we made, but I loved you louder. Yeah, I loved you louder.